We're going to go over a progression for vestibular rehab for your inner ear canals, and what we're going to do is we're going to kind of pair them with, today we're going to talk about what's called left posterior and right anterior canal. And we're going to kind of successfully take you through how you need to rehab those canals at home. And so the first step we're going to do is the position, just to give you an idea of the left posterior and right anterior canals, is going to be putting your head back and then down into the front. And so we have a little bit of rotation and then a little bit of rotation that way. To first start with that rehab, instead of doing this motion right here, which is actually kind of real complex and dynamic for brain activity, for neck activity, for eye activity, we're going to start with more of a right angle to make it a little bit easier on your brain for the metabolic activity. What we're going to start with is you're just going to fixate on a target straight ahead, and you're going to do more of a right angle, as I mentioned. You're going to turn your head to the left, and then you're going to go straight back. Then you're going to bring it back to the middle. You're going to go all the way over past the middle, and then tuck your chin a little bit. And then come back to that middle. And so you're just making this motion to activate those canals. Now, if that's a little bit too much, you might just literally have to isolate one canal or the other. So to isolate one canal, you would just turn a little bit and come back. Some notes to know that when you're doing this, a lot of people will tend to sometimes turn and then go back like this. That defeats the purpose and puts you back to where we were initially, and there's a little bit more activity. So we really need to make sure that it's nice straight lines. You're going to rotate and come back to make sure it's real nice and clean. Now, when you're doing this at home, if you try to go this far and you feel a little nauseous or you get some of your vestibular symptoms that return, you just have to reduce that distance. So when you reduce that distance, so this gets me a little nauseous, so then I'm just going to come to here. And it's the same concept with putting your head back. So if I kind of go like this and then I put my head back this far and I get a little nauseous, we're not going to go that far. We're going to go from the middle, just over a little bit and back. And as you get better and these canals get stronger, you're going to go further and bring your head back further. And that's how you're going to progress as far as the right angle. Once you're doing good and you can kind of bring your head to its max distance and then with max extension while still keeping your eyes on a target, then what you're going to do is you're going to start to go into kind of that angle. And with that angle, a lot of times I tell patients, just think about your nose drawing a diagonal line. Because a lot of times we'll kind of get people where they're just going to go like this. That doesn't work. We need to think about drawing that diagonal line, so you're bringing your head back and your chin up, and tucking it and bring it all the way through. Same concept as I mentioned with the right angle. If you kind of start coming back and you get nauseous up here, you just don't go that far. So you might have to work for a few days just going real shallow, and then as you progress, you can do a bigger distance. We're going to review what a set is when we're doing the vestibular rehab. So just going over to the left and bringing your chin back and then returning back to the neutral position, that's 1 rep. So if we tell you we want you to do 5 reps and 3 sets of 5 reps, you would have to go like that 5 times, and then you would repeat that whole concept 3 times total. The office will prescribe you or kind of describe how you need to do this at home. Some people might not be given a set of reps and sets, and the reason why I say that is sometimes depending on what you've done. Have you done a long car ride? And if you've done a long car ride, that's going to aggravate your vestibular system, and you might not be able to do a full rep and set and everything along those lines.